Borderlands 4 is finally here, and I've spent close to 50 hours playing it before and on release, almost entirely with my favorite Vault Hunter, the Exo Soldier. This class is an absolute damage machine, perfect for shredding through big packs of mobs and bosses. After testing a ton of different setups, I've crafted what I believe is the ultimate early to mid-game glass cannon build. One that literally melts bosses with just 2 SMG max, one-taps trash mobs, and is, I can tell, insanely fun to play. In today's guide, I'm gonna break down everything you need, from gear and skills to playstyles, whether you wanna go full aggression or keep it balanced, so you can get the most out of your Exo Soldier. I want to quickly take the opportunity right here to say a big thanks to Take-Two Interactive for providing me with an early access copy of the game. Otherwise, this research wouldn't have been possible. Can't wait to talk a lot about Borderlands 4 in the coming weeks, but let's get straight down to business. Some of you might be wondering if this build is going to be relevant for your level. Even though I'm level 26 right now, you can already get a lot of powerful upgrades from this specific build that can make you really shine on the battlefield, even below level 10. This is my current progression, by the way. You can see that I've explored the majority of the map. Gotten my hands on a lot of legendaries. This is some of all the stuff I found earlier. I already have an amazing guide on how you can basically get rich quick and find these powerful upgrades in no time. A video for it will be at the top right of the screen. Now, for the weapons and gear. Pretty interesting. Starting today, I came across different set items, which can be used to basically get your hands on powerful bonuses that stack on your character. Let's start with the basics of this build. So if we have a look at all my different weapon slots, a shotgun, a pistol, an SMG, as well as a sniper rifle, they all come with a Jacob's license accessory, which means critical hits will ricochet projectiles to nearby enemies. When you shoot an enemy in the head, that means you will critical hit it, so it guarantees bounces to another enemy, so you can always hit multiple enemies with one shot, which is very satisfying to execute. That's why I prefer my sniper rifle for open world adventures, because you can just one-tap one target after the other, which automatically takes out the next target close to it, because those bounces, of course, will deal insane amounts of damage. Same counts for the SMG actually, because I don't know, man, this one just hits like a truck with all the bonuses it comes with. I have this slutty tempting rider because it has an insane amount of DPS, but practically never need it, as enemies, they simply die before they can even get close. It's definitely not an amazing roll, comes with 2 bonuses or perks basically. It's just something I have a sidearm, same for my pistol. This is where the damage really begins. So I managed to find an SMG with 4 perks. That's super rare, guys, especially because it also comes with radiation damage over time, 85 DPS with a 12% chance. I don't have to tell you that with 25 bullets in a magazine, you're gonna have like a 100% chance to also proc this effect. So you're gonna have some extra damage added up to that DPS. But especially because we can make projectiles bounce to other targets with critical hits, which we can manipulate, by the way, to have 100% crit chance for a period of time, which we're going to talk about in a second. All those projectiles will also explode on impact with the second perk. Accuracy will increase with continuous fire, and the gun will, charge up before it will fully auto-fire. Remember, guys, that this is a Ripper gun. One of our enhancements is gonna drastically increase its damage output. Then, last but not least, we have our sniper rifle. Again, super nice for single target damage. Just one-tap enemies when you headshot them. Even without, you can easily achieve this, but make sure those bullets bounce to others. And yes, you're gonna clear the battlefield in no time. Now, onto the damage boosts that really make this build shine. You might be surprised, but it's not the damage or DPS basically that comes from the weapons. First off, we have our Repkit. In most situations, instant healing and healing over time, but in this case, an insane damage modifier, as the rage ability on use grants us an increase to all damage dealt by 30%. That's all the sources, including our weapon abilities, our ordnances, our active skills, you name it. Damage taken also increases by 15%, but all this for 8 seconds. We can even use it 2 times in a row for a total of 16 with the order upgrade at the bottom, while the overshield on use is really nice because we use it at the beginning rather than healing. It grants an overshield, so you want to use the Repkit before engaging combat with almost 1600 shield and 1080 HP. As you can see, bam, we get an extra shield. We can use it a second time. We get all these particles around us, showing that we're going to deal a lot more damage. On top of that, an even bigger favorite item of mine is this Killshot Vivisecting Throwing Knife, which I found yesterday. Damage is nothing too fancy. Well, if you headshot with it, insta-kill most of the times. This damage amp payload perk comes with a plus 15% increased damage taken by the targets for 5 seconds. It has a total of 3 charges, which means you can increase your damage output against this target for a total of 15 seconds. The cooldown is pretty short as well. While penetrating augment, damage to the impacted target will automatically become critical hits for the duration as well. Throw it 3 times every 5 seconds and you're gonna have constant critical hits on this target, massively boosting your damage output, you can tell. So yes, I'd say an essential one for this build. Merciless also makes it deal more damage as grenade, and the grenade itself will deal critical damage when hitting the weak points. Long story short, gateway to crit heaven for your foes, but yeah, let's move on to the Exo Soldier class mod. You can start finding these on level 20. Class-specific upgrades, if we quickly click on this, I also found some other ones, for example for the Forge Knight class, but in general, these are amazing to boost specific weapon types. Right here we have sniper rifle damage, gun damage, reload speed, shotgun damage, actually a pretty cool one because if we equip this set item, it comes with a gun reload speed, gun damage increment based on the emptiness of your gun, etc. I'm still hunting for a better mod right here, as this one comes with pretty defensive bonuses, but in general, if we look at it, it increases our gun damage, our action skill damage, which I call the ultimate, and also gives us more HP, so increased survivability basically. If we check out the energy shield, overshield booster on kill, chance to spawn an overshield, we get extra shield basically. The health booster, when damaged, you also have a chance to spawn health boosters that restore up to 25% HP. This one is pretty defensive. Energy shields are always just that, almost 1600 shield though, which is very nice to have. With specific items, you can increase your damage based on the amount of shield you have. So it's very important to keep this in mind. If we quickly have a look right here, that's only 1000 shield. We've got 800 shield, this legendary 1400, and right here a 400, almost 500. Refreshment though, on kill, 50% chance to spawn an ammo booster that instantly refills your gun. Also, Absorb, when equipped, grants 15% chance to absorb bullets, and a Scavenger on armor segment filled refills your current gun's magazine with 20%. So these kind of bonuses are interesting, but at the same time, I still think this one is much better because it gives us that overshield, restores HP, etc. Last but not least, we have our enhancement. And this is what makes our SMG really shine as a Ripper type of gun, because this is a Ripper enhancement. Hard charger, guns with Ripper licensed parts have 25% more damage, while the charging time is increased by 30%. So it will take slightly longer for this weapon to start firing, but once it does, oh boy, you're gonna really melt through boss HP bars, take out big packs of mobs in no time. We also have the increased gun damage by 2% for each consecutive shot fired for a maximum of 25 stacks. If we look at the weapon itself, it also comes with a magazine of 25, so the higher your magazine, the more beneficial this bonus is going to be. Gunfire rate is increased, so I don't have to tell you that if you shoot 15% faster, you're going to land 15% more bullets if your aim is good, 15% more damage basically. ADS proficiency also increased by 29%, so aiming down the sight, which I never do. It's not really necessary, so you can always find even improvements. Especially this one needs a change, as I'm searching for an SMG damage bonus that would really take this build to the next level. But yes, there is always room for improvement. Let's move on to the skills. What I find pretty interesting, and even though I barely watch videos of other players, most people tend to focus on one skill tree. They think like, okay, we go for this action skill, now we want to maximize the full tree. But in general, I'd say try to take the best of both worlds. I started to spend like 50% in the Peacebreaker Cannon action skill, which is our main ability, but I also have 11 in the Amethyst Lance tree. Anyways, the first and most important ones obviously is the action skill itself. Equip shoulder-mounted cannons, which will fire at enemies and deal nice amounts of damage over time. Can be upgraded with different abilities. Rafa and his Peacebreaker cannons gain increased fire rate. That's important because 20% faster shooting means 20% more damage, obviously, if you hit all those bullets. Rafa gains increased gun damage. That's another plus 25% damage output. I think these are the most important ones you want to focus on in the beginning. Also unlock the Instinto. Rafa's Peacebreaker cannons gain increased critical hit chance. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a very, very important thing that you have right here as well. Pressing while the Peacebreaker cannons are active causes them to gain critical hit chance and critical hit damage, while it also causes this to drain the action skill duration faster. So you're going to deal more damage, but the skill duration is going to go away faster as well. But in general, you're just going to take out everything much faster. And the kill skill will also restore action skill duration, so you can basically extend the time as long as you keep killing targets. We're gonna get back to this skill in a second because it actually procs amazingly well with something of the other skill tree that can basically give us unlimited ammo for a period of time. You don't want to take this passive anytime soon. Save it for later, starting level 25-26. Whenever you critical hit, your action skill duration will restore slowly. Another essential one to get your hands on ASAP, so that's why I would suggest to first work your way to El Valiente. Rafa deals increased damage from all the sources, the fuller your shields are. And the greater the bonus as well, when you are at maximum capacity, it will even double this bonus of already plus 30% damage. Now though, if we quickly check out the blue skill tree, this is where you can pick up increased fire rate, which even further increases while overdrive is active. Some people might be confused with what the hell is overdrive. This simply happens when you pop your ultimate or your action skill. You get these white lines around your character. Let me quickly show you. So if we activate that, see, we have the white HUD, let's say. That's basically the overdrive. We can disable our ultimate ability. Overdrive will still be there for an X amount of time. So that's basically what you want to have for overdrive skills. See, now it disappears. Remember that you can press and hold the Peacebreaker cannons to disable the effect, but also partially refund the cooldown. Anyways, back to this tree right here. Because we have to make our way to the next line of upgrades, you have to choose either one of these passives. They're both not that great. Increase reload speed. I decided to go with Las Jadas. Regenerate ammo while overdrive is active, so you can basically shoot more frequently. Then we automatically took some of these upgrades because of our Exo Soldier mod, I think. But most importantly, this is one you want to take after spending 10 points, Metal Management. Whenever Rafa activates or re-triggers an action skill, his gun consumes no ammo for the duration of 2 seconds. My action skill is on cooldown, 10 seconds still, but look at my gun. So we basically shoot 25 bullets and then we're gonna have to reload, but wait for my action skill to be active. Right now we can just activate it and start shooting. See how many bullets we can shoot before we deplete this magazine. That's literally double the amount. We're gonna activate it again and bam, look at how many bullets. You can do this multiple times. Do it right before it disables it as well. And yes, you will basically have a double-sized magazine every single time. Because we didn't even kill anything right here, we were still able to reactivate it for a third time, so we have 3 magazines with basically double the size. In terms of DPS, you can already imagine how this translates to much more. Before we move on how all this works together with a little bit of gameplay, I quickly want to share some more defense upgrades basically that can make this build a little bit more balanced in terms of survivability and of course open world exploration. Because you can frequently pop overdrive, especially in sticky situations, I very much recommend you to go for Resiliencia. This can help you increase your damage reduction while the ability is active. Right now it's only plus 7.7% basically, but on the maximum level this is gonna make you super tanky. Two more which I can very much recommend are the field repairs. Whenever Rafa activates an action skill, he will restore a portion of his maximum shield. If they are already full, you will gain over shield, so that's a bonus shield. Then we also have the Sia kill skill. When killing an enemy, you will restore shield based on your maximum HP. Also very nice if you want to have extra survivability. If we quickly look at the blue skill tree, this one can work very well in combination with those. The Pa Dentro give you health regen when you activate the skill. And for the sniper lovers out there, I think this one is an amazing. The first impression deals, I think, plus 50% more damage with your first shot fired from a fully loaded magazine. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the essentials, let's check out the build in action. For open world in general, what I really enjoy is simply take out that heavy sniper rifle and hit enemies like a truck on their weak spots, preferably the heads. Also with the throwing knives, I think those kills are super satisfying, especially when they chain in multi-kills, because of course those critical hits with all the bonuses we've talked about earlier. As you can see, man, this throwing knives even on a higher distance works like a charm, especially if you have a bigger screen like me, currently playing on a 43-inch. If you have a badass or elite popping up, simply throw a knife in the face, followed up with a headshot, and this most of the times easily sends them to Valhalla. For bosses, I'd like to showcase my absolute favorite farm spot for both epic loot and legendaries. It can make you rich in no time, as a lot of stuff drops right here, which is gonna be ideal to get this build set up and running in no time. So all you wanna do is use all those active skills. First, we're gonna throw in that knife, which is gonna give us guaranteed crits. Then we're gonna activate our healing kits and of course our active ability, the ultimate. If you combine all those together, man, you can see that we shoot much more bullets than 25. Guaranteed critical strikes, but there we go. The boss is gone. Ooh, legendary, let's go. That's a Gravatar class mod though. Every time you hop through the portal, all your active and cooldown abilities will be ready, basically. You don't want to forget activating these every single time, as it drastically increases your damage output. So here we go, Repkit, grenade, then active skill and start shooting. As you can see, we built this boss in no time. We can reactivate all those abilities one more time. That's our second magazine. I mean, look at the insane amount of damage. Guaranteed critical hits on this guy. And he's gone. Wow, that was crazy. Ooh, legendary drop as well. I mean, you can make this build as glass cannon as possible. You can tell that, yeah, so much stuff drops from this boss. We've got another legendary right here. Insane amounts of epics every single run. But yes, for all this, 8/8 backpack, very much recommended for a total of 70 slots. Super satisfying to play, Exo Soldier build in my opinion. But right now I am super curious what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you maybe also have some things to tweak it, upgrade it to deal even more damage. But that's pretty much the blueprint for this glass cannon build, for which I'm probably gonna make update videos in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content and subscribe to check out future videos. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I wanna wish you a lot of fun with the game. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.